Atma Namaste, dear soul crafters. Welcome to my exclusive podcast, Soul Crafting with Tanushri, Crafting Your Inner Awareness. Hi, I'm Tanushri Nair, your energy transformation and mindset specialist, author of the book Bring Out That Red Lipstick, certified life coach, and an energy worker. I'm on a mission to enable 100,000 women to discover their innate feminine energy balance through my Inner Shakti blueprint in 90 days. I'm thrilled to bring out this new episode of the podcast show, Season 1, The Awakening series. As the old wise saying goes, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. This podcast is for all those people who are in the daily grind of life who have forgotten to take a pause and smell the proverbial roses. For those who need a hand to learn self mastery of their thoughts, emotions, and inner self. I am learning too and would like to share this journey with all my fellow listeners. Together we can go miles. I will be sharing and discussing with you how you can discover and maximize your inner awareness by balancing the subtle masculine feminine energy balance within yourself through easy to practice meditations, lifestyle changes. I also invite successful guests to share their inspiring stories and techniques of how they have converted their adversities to opportunities. Tune in to a new episode every Tuesday and Friday and a special curated guest Soul Sunday series every Sunday. This channel is for all those who are seeking an inside out transformation. Have you ever planned a vacation break for yourself and had to dump the plan due to other things taking priority? Have you ever planned on taking up that much awaited course but had to step back because you had to stay back taking care of the child, postponing your personal development work? Have you stepped out of your career when you were enjoying it to relocate because your spouse got this great opportunity elsewhere? Basically, what I want to ask you is, did you put yourself last when it came to major decisions in your life? Small things. You craved for that small nap, vacation, break, learning something new, upgrading yourself, but had to postpone it. If you have answered yes to any one of these questions, then you need to hear further. I have been guilty of it too, and to share with you all, it took a heavy toll on me. Time and again, the little voice in my head kept saying, "Do it," but I ignored it. What is this little voice in your head that keeps talking to you? Could it be messages that your soul is trying to send you? Have you ever trusted it and followed it? I placed more emphasis to a lot of things outside me. I never acknowledged, though I knew I needed rest. The little voice would say, "Take some rest and see how you can motor faster. Take that break and you will feel rejuvenated." But I simply ignored. In between managing household responsibilities, picking and dropping a toddler, getting back to work, post maternity, and picking up from where I left at work, handling visiting family, keeping in touch with friends and family, I was working like a machine non stop. I had even put behind my hobbies and interests, calling up friends. I was squirming in my corporate job. Not that I was not successful or the job was a problem. I was blessed to have good opportunities, comfortable job, good pay, and seniors. But somehow I felt hollow. My work seemed all virtual as there was no real human or customer connect. All I wrote was pages and pages of code. But it did pay me well and I had a decent lifestyle. But there was always this little voice within me which pursued. It kept reminding me to go back to the basics, find things that I love doing, which in this crazy, fast paced life I missed observing. I had a burnout, and that too a real one. That's where I stopped, paused, and stepped back to take stock of what I'm doing and for whom. There was no real joy in just providing and being for others while I ignored my health and mental calmness completely. In 2009, I suffered a severe cervical spondylosis episode which needed help to get up and do my activities as I couldn't hold up my neck and shoulder pain was excruciating. My son was then just 9 months old and I had to take help to take care of myself. I was in dumps and it took some effort for me to pay attention to what I wanted. It was very uncomfortable in the beginning to pay attention to myself since I was always externally focused to give. Receiving was unknown to me. I went through physical therapy and got better only to go back to work and keep having niggling issues with my health. The little voice kept telling me, is it worth throwing yourself out and still carrying on? I would like to ask, dear soul crafters, have you been doing this to yourself? Have you kept going through work due to financial demands or for that promotion or simply to maintain that lifestyle? Finally, in 2011, I decided to quit. I couldn't take it anymore. I had to step back 1,000 steps to retrace where I had left myself. I was not sure what I should be doing or where should I start again. The voice within me pointed me back to my hobbies and interests. I took it up for a while and realized I missed so much of this creativity and imagination through my job days. I was blessed to be supported by my husband and I was able to get back on my feet after resting well. I started my denim upcycling venture since I was able to connect to the larger purpose of environmental consciousness and my path opened to newer possibilities. This was an absolute stark contrast of my corporate career. Here, I had to do everything myself and be accountable to my own effort and results. But it opened floodgates to creative, innovative design work, which was a complete 360-degree turn for me. I simply enjoyed the whole immersive process, creating designs and then making it happen, learning new tools and techniques to aid the process. My brain was bursting with ideas. I had no know-how about textiles, fashion, sewing, but somehow things fell in place and I learned entrepreneurship on the field. I have to admit that the past few years have been thoroughly enriching. In retrospective, I can now connect the dots. That small voice within me wanted me to be in the best space and it prodded and kept reminding me to step out of my comfort zone. The zone of known and predictable and jump right into the unknown. It was the unknown that put life in me back. It was the uncertainty that made me find solutions to my own challenges. Like the caterpillar has to go through the entire metamorphosis process to become a butterfly, I had to go through the uncertain, difficult times to reach within myself and get in touch with my higher self. I am still work in progress, and this has completely transformed me inside out. Today, while connecting the dots, and as I wrote my book, I realized that I had shut down my feminine energies of nurturing self, being empathetic to self, allowing myself to receive, expressing myself to my true potential, being passionate for a cause. It took a rude reminder to jolt me out of my dominant masculine energy phase. Have you heard or felt yourself today? Take time out to be alone with yourself. Listen, feel, hear what your soul is telling you. Most times, it talks to us. It is only we who ignore it. Get in touch with your core. It never misguides. Step into that beautiful power of self. There are a lot of activities that you can adopt for creating your me space. You know what they are. You have all the resources within you. Time is not a factor here, and excuses for not having time will only push you further away from a path of realizing your ultimate potential. Take that long postponed break, that course that you wanted to take up, that postponed dream of building a unique ecosystem, social work, charity, building that small venture, farming. You will find your way as your intentions start focusing, energy starts flowing towards it, opening opportunities and options for you to explore. One thing I can assure you is that it is not an easy journey to move from certainty to uncertainty, but it will be hugely and highly fulfilling and a worthy cause to take up for yourself. I will leave you with these lines by Sheldon Silverstein, which I have also quoted in my book Bring Out That Red Lipstick. It touched me very deeply, and it goes like this. There is a voice inside of you that whispers all day long. I feel that is right for me. I know that is wrong. No teacher, preacher, parent, friend, or wise man can decide what's right for you. Just listen to that voice that speaks inside you. Thank you for patiently listening till the end of today's episode. Dear listeners, viewers, you can head over to my website www.tanushrinair.com to subscribe to my newsletters or connect with me on my Facebook page Tanushri Nair, on Instagram as Soulful Living with Tanushri, and on my YouTube channel Tanushri Nair. My book Bring Out That Red Lipstick is also available on all leading online stores, amazon.in.com.co.uk, both in Kindle and paperback versions. If you read it, please do not miss posting a review on Amazon for me to see. Thank you for joining me on today's episode, and until we meet again, stay safe, stay inspired. You're all loved. Peace, love and light. Your host Tanushri, signing off.